This boy is so like gay. He's such a gay boy. You ever think about that? You ever look at Christian Walker and be like, he's such a gay boy? No, and I mean that non-derogatorily. I mean that non-derogatorily, simply descriptively. Simply descriptively, not like gay as in mean. Not mean gay, just like simply gay, descriptive, gay, neutral, big, true, huge gay. He is a homosex. It's true. It's true. Anyways, I want to check back up on what Christian Walker was doing, because we kind of like dropped in on what's going on with him, really early in him talking about the issues with him and his father and his family, and I want to see what else is going on with him to get like a more holistic view, since he's like expanded on what he's been saying. And did we cover this? Oh, we covered this one. We covered this one. Since we dropped in on him, he's released a little bit more about this. He dropped this yesterday. So we can take a look here at this, which is, I've stayed silent for nearly 2 years as my whole life has been lied about publicly. I did one campaign event, then said I didn't want involvement. Don't you dare test my authenticity. Here's the full story. So now we get the full story from Christian's point of view, because it is true that Christian was on the campaign trail with his dad, but it seems like he really didn't want to be there, and it seemed like he didn't really support his dad at all, honestly. So let's just see what he has to say, because unironically, no matter what you think about Christian, he is a victim of like childhood abuse by his father, and his entire family is.
I stayed silent as the atrocities committed against my mom were downplayed. I stayed silent when it came out that my father, Herschel Walker, had all these random kids across the country, none of whom he raised. And you know my favorite issue to talk about is father absence. Surprise, because it affected me. That's why I talk about it all the time, because it affected me. Family values, people. He has 4 kids, 4 different women, wasn't in the house raising one of them. He was out having sex with other women. Do you care about family values? I was silent, lie after lie after lie. The abortion
Has he been watching our videos?
card drops yesterday. It's literally his handwriting in the card. They say they have receipts, whatever. He gets on Twitter. He lies about it. Okay, I'm done. Done. Everything has been a lie. And so for the right to say I'm being suspicious for saying, hey, I'm done with the lies, when you all have been calling me saying, is this true about your dad? Gosh, we're not going to win Georgia, this candidate, all that's been you. You have no idea what I've been through in my life. You have no idea what me and my mom have survived. We could have ended this on day 1. We haven't. I haven't told any stories. I'm just saying, don't lie. Don't lie on my mom. Don't lie on me. Don't lie on the lives you've destroyed and act like you're some moral family man. Y'all should care about that.
So here's the thing. I'm not sure if he's going to internalize this, but this is Christian Walker finally coming to the realization that conservatives don't care about him. They never cared about him. And the only thing they care about is winning seats. Actually, this has been, I think a conservative really came out about this here in a moment. Here, let me see. Let me see if I can, here.
I am concerned about one thing and one thing only at this point. So I don't care if Herschel Walker paid to abort endangered baby eagles. I want control of the Senate.
Conservative, family, values, and somehow apparently paying to like smash the eggs of endangered baby eagles is, I guess, worse than like in their mind murdering a child. Wild, I guess. Who said anything about baby eagles? Weird. Literal Demon's like, I don't care how many family members he's abused. I don't care how many people he's killed. I want control of Congress. Just actual demon, actual little demon.
To abort endangered baby eagles. I want control of the Senate.
Just all right. At least they're finally telling it how it is. Oh, also listen, if you're enjoying what we do here, I implore you, consider subscribing to the channel. It makes it so that I don't have to not do this for as much as I do. And so we can continue doing this. I would appreciate it.
Conservatives. And then for people on the left to act as though I'm responsible for all of the things that he has done. I've talked about father absence. I've talked all these issues because they've been close to me, because they matter to me, because I went through it. That's why I've talked about it. So when you say, well, talk about your dad, I'm saying this behavior is atrocious. Don't come for me. You don't have to like my apology. You don't have to like me. You don't have to. I'm just saying I'm done with the lies. We were told at the beginning of this, he was going to get ahead of his past, hold himself accountable, all of these different things, and that would have been fine. Go ahead. He didn't do any of that. Everything's been a lie. Everything's been downplayed. Everything's been cutting corners. The whole thing. And whose expense is that at? Me, my mom, as we're chased down by the media, we're terrorized, all these different things. People are questioning my authenticity. I'm done. Don't lie. Don't put this on me. This is a candidate issue, not a me issue. I wouldn't have spoken out if there weren't all these lies every day.
Damn. This is pretty bad, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the type of shit that Walker's been saying about his family it is pretty awful. He is punished. It's true.
And just two more things I have to address, and then I'm done with this buffoonery nutjob land. This is atrocious. People on the right are pulling up that I did a campaign event with my dad last year. They're saying, well, you supported them all last year and all this year. You look suspicious.
This is chat. This is what we call victim blaming. This is what we call victim blaming. What, you expect like a child to speak up about their like abusive dad after he was pressured to help him with his campaign? Oh, really?
No, you all have been calling me saying, why aren't you on the campaign trail with your dad? Why aren't you helping him out? This looks weird. You should go help him. And I've said to you calmly, I'm not getting involved. You don't know my family life. I did one event last year when we were told he was going to get ahead of his past and hold himself accountable. None of that happened. Everything's been a lie. So for me to tell you I'm not getting involved, and then you also be flooding my DMs and calling me saying, I didn't know all this about your dad, we're going to lose the Senate race. And then when I simply say, I'm done with the lies, you go, well, Christian looks suspicious.
Flipping the narrative. So this isn't something that I didn't expect. They did the same thing when it came to Paul Gosar's family when they came out to say that they're like paid off or something. That's the only reason why you cannot support like your family, because to them, like, politics and holding power is far more important than any political position that they could ever hold. And I know it's probably even worse than what he's saying. How he's describing it is, remember how you see how every time he describes people calling him, they don't ask, yo, are you okay? What happened? Are you and your family safe? They're not asking that. They're asking, why weren't you on the campaign trail? Why you want to make us lose the Senate? Why in the world would you like come out about this now and like the timing and everything? They never cared about him. They never cared about him. Herschel Walker could have like gone into the house and killed all of his family, but they would have all happily said that he's a good Christian boy, and said that he needs to be in office over Raphael Warnock, simply because they just want control of Congress more than they care about like the things that they actually say that their party is built on, because their party is built on nothing but lies and a cheap power, and the only one which is being a cheap power grab. It's gross. It's disgusting.
Excuse me? I haven't told one story about what I experienced with him. I'm just simply saying, don't lie. And then for certain political pundits to be pulling up old pictures I posted of my dad, thinking they can police and determine what my relationship with my dad was. If you want to pull stuff up, I'll pull stuff up. Don't try me. Don't test my authenticity. All of this has been a lie, and you've known it. You've known. So don't you dare. And then to the left, who says, well, he did all this to your mom and you were still with them, and you know, that's weird. You know nothing about my life.
What did they say? What did people say? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what people said on the left about. I know what people said on the right. I'm not sure what people said on the left about him. I haven't been reading too many comments, but it is true. I mean, it is true. You don't know anything about his life. I would imagine that this is all like pretty bad, and this is all the stuff that we just know. We don't know. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know, right?
You dare. And then to the left, who says, well, he did all this to your mom and you were still with them, and you know, that's weird. You know nothing about my life. My parents went through a dirty divorce. I went through a lot as a child, and you don't
he may
know
have
anything.
been,
You don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's talking about Hassan's chat.
Know the ebbs and flows of our relationship. Nobody knows anything. So for everyone making these wild theories and whatever, that's crazy. This is about a bunch of lies. Again, I could, if I had an issue with whatever, I could have ended this day. Well, that's not my intention. My intention is, don't lie about your life at the expense of me, my mom, and all of the people that you've affected throughout your life. You don't get to pretend you're some moral family guy. You don't get to pretend all these things. Talk policy, talk normal. Do not lie.
Shh, damn. And this is all in public. I wonder what he said to his dad in private or anything. If they had any communication in private, it's possible. Herschel Walker seemed like the type of guy to be like, hey son, let's make a, you know, it's like the sort of you come back in to like your family's life that you walked out on once you see something's going wrong, once it's affected you, like, son, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that this happened. Oh, whoops. Hey, look, hey, man, hey, hopefully we can fix this. That's the type of guy he sounds like. This is the picture I'm talking about where he looks crazy gay. Anyways, Christian Walker, after calling out his dad, those that are mad at me and my timing, they know everything I said was true. Your love and support has meant everything. Thank you. You heard me. You heard me, connected the dots, and really understood really clearly, because most of you already figured out the way I said anything. I will not live a lie any longer. Those that are angry at me are mad at my timing. They know everything I said was true. There is never a right or wrong time to speak the truth. When you feel compelled, you speak regardless of how people will perceive it, and you should be proud of that. Well, you know what? Even though this is the same logic he would use for saying some like really dumb conservative shit, finally, he's using it for something good, which is to speak up about like his family's abuse. So I am happy about that. If nothing else, I am happy that he's able to speak up about like the type of shit that he's gone through as like a person. And I don't know. Some people were talking about like redemption arc. I don't think that he'll change too much. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, I highly doubt that he'll change much. But one thing that I do think is, I don't know, maybe he'll talk more about like abuse and how like victim blaming and how it can feel. That'd be nice, if anything. I think that would be really good. But outside of that, I highly doubt he's going to do much in the form of like changing like who he is or what he believes or anything. That's just not something that I believe that he's the type of person to do. Right. And if it is, it'd have to be like a lot of talks in like private for that type of stuff. But what's most important here is like to understand like how these people like Herschel Walker act. We've known this for a while. Conservative candidates these days are becoming worse and worse and worse because the barrier for entry is worse and worse and worse. As long as you can keep up the culture war sort of ideals and vibes, conservatives would be more than happy to push you along. I mean, Trump was right when he said, for a fact, I could shoot somebody in Fifth Avenue and I wouldn't lose any votes. It's because these conservatives, they're just unethical. They're unscrupulous. They have no political footing whatsoever. They build their castle on a foundation of sand. All they care about is making money. All they care about is holding power. All they care about is silencing the opposition and cutting benefits for the working class while moving as much money and more money to their shareholders and to CEOs and boards of directors and like screwing over other people into this country until we reach some like weird oligarchic anti-liberal democracy Christian nationalist sort of place. That's all they care about is power and effectiveness and political expediency. And it doesn't matter how many people they step on. It doesn't matter how many people they kill. It doesn't matter how amoral the people that they use to push their agenda are. As long as they can get done what they get done, it's all the cost of doing business. Once again, you could like the next person to run for president on the Republican ticket could literally kill a litter of puppies like Dr. Oz did. Kill an entire litter of puppies without losing many votes. They don't have morals. It doesn't matter to them. It's all like a show to hopefully wrangle in as many independent voters as possible, simply to get over like 50% plus one for the vote to make it into Congress and like exert their power. That's it. That's all they care about. And when, you know what? I'm going to use a little Bible verse here, okay? A tiny Bible verse, all right? You can't serve two masters, all right? Jesus, good Jesus boy, he said something. It was, you can't serve two masters, all right? You cannot serve God and money. You can't. And you know what? Conservatives have realized that. They've realized something. You can't serve God and money at the same time. And so you know what? They dropped God and now they only care about money. And so that's it. That's it. Their own political prestige, the avenues for where they make money. And it doesn't matter how bad they are. It doesn't matter how sinful or evil or amoral that the person is, as long as it gets them more money, that's all that matters at the end of the day. I'm glad that some people are actually starting to realize what they are.